Hey guys, we're going to take a look at the vocabulary words that you're going to be seeing in the two stories about Arthur for this week. Okay, first story is called Arthur's TV Trouble, and the second story is called Arthur Meets the President. So, again, these words come from both of those stories. So, let's take a look. So, I have a picture here to represent the first word. Let me get this out of the way. Our first word is announcer. So you can see this is a picture of an announcer. The word used in context. We have a sentence here. The announcer introduced the participants of the contest. So think about what an announcer is using the picture clue as well as that sentence. We can see that an announcer is someone who announces something. Okay, that's why he has a microphone. He's clearly there to announce something. Let's take a look at our next one. So here's our picture. This is pretty self-explanatory. Our word is batteries. Pretty sure you guys know what batteries are. Here's the word used in context. Noah placed new batteries in the Xbox controller when it stopped working. So knowing what batteries do, knowing that things like an Xbox controller requires batteries, you can tell that batteries are simply small objects that give wireless power to electronic devices. Here's our next picture. You can see someone is handing this kid some money. Our word is allowance. Here's the word used in context. Sam earned an allowance from his parents for helping with household chores. So think about what an allowance is. Maybe you earn your own allowance, maybe you don't, but maybe you know someone who does. You can see this person is giving this kid some money. It's probably a parent. So you can see that the definition would be an amount of money given on a regular basis. Usually people who get an allowance receive it on a weekly basis. All right, here's our next picture. You can see trays of food. It looks like maybe this food is set on a table or counter someplace at like a party. There's lots of food here to pick from. Our word is catering. Mom used a catering business to provide food for my graduation party. So this food came from a catering business and it is for a graduation party. So it's to feed all the people who are coming to this party. So think about what catering means. Catering simply means providing food and drink for a social event. So the social event would be a graduation party, and a company or business of some sort, a catering business, has provided this food. So that way mom and dad didn't have to make or prepare the food. All right, next you can see we have a boy here playing with some Legos. Our word is assemble. Here's the word used in context. Trayvon was excited to assemble his new Lego sets. So by looking at these two Lego sets, you can see that they have already been put together. So think about what it must mean to assemble something. When we assemble, it simply means to build or put something together. All right, next you can see this man is sitting at a desk. He has his head down. Looks like he's been working on something. Based on how the man is sitting, you probably have an idea of how he's feeling right now. Our word is exhausted. Mr. Cavello was exhausted after working on a smart file he made for a math lesson. Okay, so think about what it means to be exhausted. I'm sure you guys have heard that word before. It means to be overly tired. Not just tired, but like overly or really tired. Okay? Next, we have a picture of the Lincoln Memorial. Most of you have been here. Most of you have gone to DC before at some point, and you may have seen the Lincoln Memorial. Our word is national. Okay. Here's the word used in context. The Lincoln Memorial is a national monument that attracts thousands of tourists each year. So think about what it means. The Lincoln Memorial is being described as a national monument. And if you look at the word national, you'll see there's a root word inside that word national, and the root word is nation, giving you a hint. The word national simply means relating to a nation or country. So if something is being described as national, then it relates to that particular nation. Okay. All right. We have a picture here. You can see there's some kind of a parade going on. Got someone holding the American flag. There's stands. There's people sitting in the stands. Lots of fancy lights. Our word is ceremony. My family and I watched the parade during the Olympic opening ceremony. So this is an example of a picture taken during a ceremony. So a ceremony is a formal, which means like really important, okay? A formal occasion celebrating an important event. So other examples of ceremonies would be like a wedding ceremony, a graduation ceremony, the beginning of the Olympics, an awards ceremony where people are earning or being presented with awards. Those are some other examples. All right, here we have a picture of someone thinking about a multiplication fact. 5 times 4 equals 20. Our word is memorize. Tanaya practiced with flashcards 10 minutes a day to memorize her multiplication facts, and it was beginning to show. Okay, so notice she's thinking of this in her head. She didn't have to work it out on paper. She's memorizing. To memorize simply means to know from memory, to know by heart. Okay, so that's why we've been encouraging you guys to memorize your multiplication, your addition, your subtraction, your division facts all throughout the year, because then you'll get to the point where you will no longer have to work things out on paper if you get them memorized, if you know them from memory. All right, moving on. All right, we have a picture of a lady here holding a megaphone. It looks like she's saying something through it. Our word is announcement. Miss Connor used the megaphone to make an important announcement to the students. You guys hear announcements made during our morning routine when Miss Scott gets on the intercom system, or sometimes Miss Gerald. They get on and they give announcements. So, an announcement is an important statement or information given to a group of people. All right, here we have a picture of a young boy in a tuxedo. Our word is handsome. Joseph looked handsome in the tuxedo he wore for his cousin's wedding ceremony. So notice he's really, really dressed up. He's got his hair combed nicely. He's being described as handsome. So you can tell that handsome must mean good looking. When someone looks really good or extra nice, more so than usual, then you could describe them as being handsome. All right, moving on. This is our last word. So you have a picture of a lady sitting in an office. She's behind a desk. She has a computer there, and there's another lady coming up to her. This picture is representing our word secretary. Our school secretary stays busy answering phones and signing visitors in and out all day. So you can tell that a secretary must be a person who works in an office to assist with answering phones, scheduling appointments, filing paperwork, and other kinds of office work. So secretaries are anyone who works in an office that does all kinds of office type jobs, okay? Office type of work. All right, so hopefully this helps you get a better understanding of the words that you'll see in the 2 stories that you'll be reading this week about Arthur.